Hey guys, welcome back to Wellness Climb. Today we're doing make-ahead salads. You'll need 3 of your favorite dressings, homemade or otherwise, and just what's in your fridge for fruits and vegetables. Make sure you have baby spinach or chopped romaine, cheeses, nuts and seeds, and maybe a couple meats. Okay, here's how you do it. You get 2 tablespoons of homemade or store-bought dressing. You put it in the bottom of the mason jar, usually a pint, sometimes a quart. Next, you just grab your chopped veggies. This one I'm making a sweet salad, so I'm putting chopped apples, some craisins, just a little handful, and some frozen raspberries because that's what I have on hand. Then I'm going to add some greens. Usually if you're going to jam pack it in there like I am, you're going to want a few more toppings because that was maybe a little bit too much greens for me, unless you're putting more on the top, which for these sweet salads I like to do some pecans usually and some goat cheese. This one is like a Marionberry goat cheese. I just put that on top and then I put on the lid tightly with seeds or nuts of whatever you choose, but put that on tightly so the air gets out of it. If you don't have quite as much toppings, just don't pack in those greens quite as much. The next one I'm doing a Mexican inspired salad. So this one was like a salsa ranch or whatever you have. So 2 tablespoons, and then I put some peppers in it, yellow and green peppers, bell peppers, and then some black beans and some corn. While I'm doing that, I'm actually starting my second one because I realized my meat was still a little too warm. So I put that in the freezer and I started a honey mustard salad dressing with just like other stuff like peppers and peas and carrots. Whatever I had on hand. I normally would put like maybe mushrooms or tomatoes with the tomatoes on bottom because you want the moist ingredients on the bottom and more away from the greens. And then on top I put sunflowers and some shredded Parmesan. And that's the end of that one. I made 2 of those. I made some earlier as well. So my meat is cooled off, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. Don't forget, if you're not going to eat that soon, you want some firm veggies after that meat layer so it doesn't get very moist with that lettuce. And then I topped it with shredded cheddar, and I did make a couple of those as well later on. This one is an Asian inspired. I didn't have any Asian dressing on hand, so I just mixed 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or Bragg's amino acid, whatever, and then a teaspoon of sesame seed oil. Then I put some peppers and some mandarin oranges just from a can, and some edamame, which is soybeans. I put sliced chicken breasts, and then my greens of your choosing. I typically have spinach or romaine in my fridge, but you can use whatever greens that you like. And then I top that with toasted almonds, sliced almonds. And then the next one, I am going to actually grab a quart jar for this one because sometimes my husband just likes to take bigger salads for being at work all day. He gets a little more hungry. And I did, for this one, for a bigger one, you can put like 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and a little more olive oil, like more than a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons maybe. And I'm just kind of using up ingredients. So I have cucumbers and peppers and the rest of the chopped deli meat that I had. I put some more peas in there, and then I put some romaine, sunflower seeds, shredded Parmesan. And then for this next one, it was a raspberry lime dressing. And I'm putting apples. Again, it's a little more of that sweet salad. The only thing different, I think, is I added chicken to this one. But craisins and raspberries and chicken. And the rest of the romaine I'm using. And I did top this one with walnuts and goat cheese. Again, you can kind of use whatever nuts you prefer, whatever seeds you prefer. Just really don't feel like you have to go buy special ingredients because you really don't. I use almost everything and I get a better idea each time of what I like. You can even use like grapefruit, whatever. So right here I have 8 jars from just that little bit of what I had in my fridge. So this is what the bowl size looks like. That's when you dump it all in. Like, it's quite a bit for just that pint-sized jar. Here are some dressings that I like from the fridge section. If we really want to make lifestyle changes, we need to involve our family and especially our kids. So I got my daughter involved in making her own mason jar salad for her school lunch. She put 2 tablespoons of a poppy seed dressing on the bottom, and then she put some frozen raspberries in it and the rest of the apples, diced apples, and she added cucumber, which I thought was a good idea, and then filled it with spinach, and then topped it with goat cheese and some sunflowers. This is all without feedback from me, just what she wanted. If I would have had more choices, I'm sure she would have picked maybe different things, but she was really happy with what she had made, and she told me the next day that it was one of the best lunches that she had had, and she was really excited to share her ideas with her friends.